when you're building an AI agent, inherently that space becomes infinite. And you have to cover practically all of the aspects of the things that I talked about before. Now, how do we go about this? It's not the easiest thing in the world. There's a lot to discover. And then obviously, how do you make your agent more functional and more useful in many more scenarios? Ideally, you'd like to build very specialized agents, because like, do you really need your agent to be able to create PDFs? That's something that you need to program in. And it's not as straightforward as people might think. So what if the user has a certain template for a PDF, a layout, a certain visual aesthetic they want? It's very difficult to program all of these in. Now, obviously, the extrapolation from this is a multi-agent setup where your agent is infinitely more capable because it can interoperate with different agents to deliver the exact content of the user's request, and therefore can only focus on its own expertise. For example, you could have another agent that is super skilled in creating PDFs, PDF reports with charts and everything, with templates the user might pick from. Now, if there's such an agent, if you bring your agents together, then it's a very powerful duo. And then incorporate a research agent that does, I don't know, daily analysis, weekly analysis of stock prices. Implement another agent, or this also directly applies to Web3 and blockchain. Implement another agent that can do trades on your behalf. Now your analysis agent is infinitely more useful, and you cannot build any of these pieces on your own. So the developers are in a very weird stage now. Every single company on earth is wanting AI in their applications, and that usually means some form of LLM application, a large language model application that kind of understands the user's intent and generates some textual or whatever content. The user's request could be, for example, the definition for a 3D model, a textual definition of a 3D model. The user could say, give me the 3D model for a tree and a bird, for example. And we can call your capability, which will call another third-party model, for example, on Hugging Face, to generate the 3D model and do whatever you want with it. Maybe render different versions of it, or just return the raw 3D model. And then you can easily, for example, upload that to the user's workspace for the user to download, or for other agents to work on top. And this is infinitely expandable because like the one of the cool use cases that just came to my mind is a 3D room planner, for example, where the user asks for the design they have in mind, where the user asks for the design in their they have in mind, and we break it down into multiple components. Imagine there is a curator that's going to look for items that you can buy online to fit the description, to fit the style, and gathers pictures of those items. Another agent can then take those images and turn them into 3D objects. And then there could be a 3D room planner agent that would take those objects and intelligently place them in a room with the definitions of the user, like maybe this many square meters, there's a door here, or there's a window here, there's a balcony here. And if you just want to be useful in the setup, you can just focus on one single task that may or may not depend on other AI, which is, in my imagination, the simplest way to get started with AI agent development. So the possibilities are infinite.
That's super exciting because like you were talking and my mind started to think about all the directions this could go, but now I want to break it down and I want you to tell me if I understood correctly. So now I want to plan, I will speak it out loud, what I would, I don't know, put in a paper. I'm very visual, so I would have probably designed it, literally draw it. I would make a very simple example there while you were talking about, I was thinking, but I really love the room design, so I tried to put that in. But just because I want to specifically ask about my involvement for something to be with my own way, my own style. So let's say I'm creating an agent that helps me send a newsletter. Mm-hmm. And could it be about decoration, for example? So I want to break it down into, there's so many things to do and we can feel overwhelmed. This is why I want to do the very tiny agent for my brain to start understanding, like our agent to-do list. The new to-do list is the simple agent. Let's put it like this. So my first agent, I would just worry about the research. And I want to research, but very highly specialize into interior design, for example.
All right.
My second agent, I would like to add my style. So I want this to become a specific piece for chairs, but I want to specialize in Bauhaus chairs. I don't know, okay. Or chairs that fits specific 2 people and a cat. So it has to be super specialized for my own house. And from that, that's going to be one agent. My third agent, I need some help to make that a 3D representation. So it's probably going to be a function that I will call a specific model that someone has created that is specialized in 3D. Right. And I will say, well, according to this description, that it's my specific chair for 2 people and a cat to comfortably sit and watch a movie. Please create a 3D model. I would then have another agent that will describe or write an essay with my own words, because that would be a newsletter. And that's my human interaction, where I will slowly, and now I'm already talking about debugging and making this agent specifically the way that I want, because it's different than a function and an LLM, or as we can with now for the past maybe 2 years have been seeing a lot with chatbots. They never return exactly the same. It's different than a function. So that's my first stroke as a mental models. So, but I do want it to be with my style. So you use it again and again, checking the outputs and redoing my description of those capabilities until it has the perfect text that has my own voice, and until the chair gets into the specific shape that I want. Then I will have another agent that will make takes of this 3D, so maybe 3 different views. Another one that will compact this into a whole PDF. Another one that will make a beautiful PDF with text and screenshots of the image coming from the 3D model with my own text. And the last one will pack that up, maybe connect with MailChimp or someone, or all of the people that has subscribed to my newsletter, and ship for everyone. And that is a whole gigantic team of people. But when I break it down, it makes a little sense, the functions that I'm designing. So from a user perspective, I would just say, well, today I want to create a specific chair for 2 people and a cat, and let all this team of agents doing that. Did I understand correctly? That's how I would imagine. It's from the end user, from what I want to see, and breaking down slowly backwards.
Right. Yeah.